Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In today's episode, my guest is SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant. SL-369 channels cryptocurrency vision since 2018. Stay tuned when we give you our predictions for cryptocurrency from September through December 2021. Welcome to the episode where my guest is SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant. SL-369 channels cryptocurrency visions since 2018. I invite you to go back and listen to the previous podcast, Cryptocurrency 101, when SL shared with me the basics of cryptocurrency and how her journey began. SL-369 works with guides who come and give her crypto information. SL-369 shares her crypto visions on Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube, where the community uses this information to make decisions when investing in cryptocurrency coins. SL-369 has an 80 to 85% accuracy with her crypto visions. SL stands for Star Seed and Lightworker. The number 369 was inspired by Nikola Tesla's theory, where he believes these numbers are the key to the universe. Check out SL-369, wherein she shares her crypto visions on her Patreon site, www.patreon.com/SL369crypto. And you can also contact SL369 through Twitter at twitter.com/cryptosl369. Also on her Telegram, t.me/SL369crypto. But most of all, watch her on her YouTube channel, youtube.com, and Google SL369. In fact, we have 4 videos up when I have been on SL369's YouTube channel. They're very informative. Go ahead and watch them. We give you what's coming up in the cryptocurrency world. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome my guest today, SL369. Welcome back, SL.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you for having me back.
There's been a lot of activity here. August is crypto month as we prepare for this exciting fall when, according to our predictions, the market is going to rally back. And today in this episode, we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Etherium, Digibite, Shiba, and perhaps more. I have those charts, but you're going to share some of your predictions and your dreams. And again, here we are in August 2021. We're going to look out into the future for the rest of the year. So right off the bat, SL, what can you share with our listeners?
Yes, so Bitcoin right now, today is trading at 48,000, roughly. So after Jill spoke with me on YouTube, I think she was predicting that Bitcoin will go up, which it did. I went up to like $50,000, and today it takes like sort of slow down a little bit, and people take profit at $50,000 right. So right now it's about 48,000.
And that's I had predicted that around that full moon, the Aquarius full moon, the 19th, 20th, 22nd, that it would rally, and it did. But then it took a drop around the 23rd of August, correct?
Yeah, starting yesterday and this morning.
And today, the 24th of August. But we also have some predictions for what's coming up next.
Yes. So I think after today, when the market slowed down a little bit, I don't have like Pacific day when go up to certain dollar amounts, but from September, October, November, December, between those months, Bitcoin will continue to go up. I got a visions of 65,000, 80, 86, and then a few days ago they told me 120,000. So So the crypto market, it doesn't go up, straight up. It's fluctuate, it's volatile, go up a little bit, go down a little bit. So
And remind my listeners who may have not even listened yet, but again, we invite you to go back and listen to Crypto 101 with SL-369 and Crypto 102 with Lisa Litecoin. Remind our listeners how your information comes to you, your guides, and how you get this information. It's quite interesting for those who may not be in touch the way you are. So tell us a little bit about the visions and the dreams and how they're giving you this information.
so I get information during the day via clairvoyance, like through my third eye, or else during my meditations. If not, I get it in my sleep, like early morning between 5 a.m. and 9:30. I get information that way. And also sometimes so we can use our body like, similar like an anchor. We can feel certain things about to move or about to happen. So
Right.
the market, I'm sensitive to the market through, I think when a person's, I believe it's through meditations or your spirit guide gave you this, gave you that ability. So there's a way that a person can actually determine the next move for crypto, such as Bitcoin or XRP. My spirit guide, in the past and now as well, they will tell me, this coin about to go down, and I feel it on my body. So that's another way to determine the movement of the market or coin.
So you figured out a system from your dreams and actually within your body, like your body is the barometer. People talk about barometric pressure, and we can look at the instrument that shows us when it's going up and down. In fact, that's what weather people do. But SL is fine-tuning her own body to become like a barometer for the crypto market. That's fascinating. But this is part of skills and talents that we can develop. So you're an exciting example of that, and it's all playing out before our very eyes here in 2021.
Yes, I think people can develop this if they meditate and sort of pay attention to what the spirit guide provide the information to. I have a group of members right now, pretty large. So
You mean your patron site? Yeah, SL has a really nice following of people who are on her Patreon site, Patreon. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. But her Patreon site is SL-369, and you can subscribe and be part of it. But I have worked with this population of people, and they're really conscious, investing in crypto, but also looking at life in quite a different way, which is very refreshing. So anyway, what that you help them to develop their skills, correct? In being able to kind of suss out the market.
partly, but also partly is the spirit guide as well. But also because, so as long as I hold my vibration high, in my group of members, they hang out with me almost every day, 24/7 on an app called Discord. So those people sort of like tune into the crypto market as well and tap into the higher consciousness. So yesterday, a few days ago, one of my members said, "Oh, my spirit guide told me that Bolt, BOLT, and Zap, both this coin will go up."
Bolt, BOLT, a coin. Here's a hot tip, everyone. Bolt is going to go up. And what else?
Oh, that actually already go up. So she said that, yeah, my spirit guide told me that that two coin will go up, and it's actually, and it went up like the next day. I can provide your listeners like a long list of coin that they can get into. So if they want some tips, there's plenty of tips on my YouTube videos, on my Twitter and Telegram, but I'm happy to share something today as well.
Thank you, SL. Yes, and I just want to remind listeners to go check out those YouTube videos that I did with SL-369 and Lisa Litecoin, because I gave specific dates. We're not going to go through that in the podcast today, but if you want to see the astrological cycles for various coins, please go check out those videos. I believe it was the later videos where we broke down and did readings of major coin charts. So you were talking about XRP. What is it that our listeners need to know about XRP? There's something about the SEC and some kind of settlement or some kind of decision that's going to be made in December. What is that about?
Well, XRP is one of the crypto been around for probably a few years. So the SEC last December filed a lawsuit against them because a few years ago, maybe in 2017, XRP raised money by issue an ICO. That's called initial coin offering. So they issue an ICO, they raise money by selling the coin to the public. And then the SEC said, you guys not a registered company, financial registered company, so therefore you cannot raise money that way. And so therefore we're going to sue you. And then XRP has been fighting with them. They said, but my company is not a security. My company is a currency. So similar to like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Ripple is a currency. So therefore, you have no sort of evidence to prove that what we did was illegal. Then there's a lot of there will be evidence where XRP. So SEC sue Ripple. Ripple fund XRP. So it's the same thing. Ripple and XRP is similar, like two companies but
Right.
one. So there has been a lot of rumors. There's a lot of people on YouTube and Twitter. Some people think it's conspiracy theory. Some people think it's not. That the federal government will buy XRP from the retail investors. The reason that they will do that because XRP is a banking coin. So basically, if two banks want to make transaction with each other, they will send XRP, from Bank of America to Chase. So if XRP will be mostly used for banking, for corporations, then they don't want XRP asset to be floating around within the retail industry and retail.
Okay. Yeah.
So therefore, there has been a rumor for a few years now that Ripple will buy XRP from us, and some people think that the federal government will pay roughly between, I think, $4,000 per coin, and then after they buy it, and then they will sell it on the market for $21,000 per coin. One person on Twitter, he make like elaborate research and analysis. He said, December 21st, 2021, that is when the federal government will buy XRP from us. So there has been rumor like that. It's unconfirmed rumor.
And what do your guides say about the XRP rumors?
So I think the only thing that they confirm is that XRP will be used by the bank, and they will win the case. Not this year, probably next year. They will have some favorable result from the lawsuit. But my spirit guide haven't confirmed that federal government will buy XRP at that price.
Yeah, I'm not getting that settled by the end of the year in that way either. So it's great to speculate and put out this, but I do see XRP becoming more valuable next year, 2022. It's got to jump some hoops there. And we did look at that chart too, I believe, in one of the YouTube, or I had looked at it for somebody recently, and it did see that it's a bit tied up and it will be freed up next year. And some of the coins are going to take off pretty much October and November and do really well, and others, they'll have a boost around that time, but they're really going to take off in 2022. So maybe we should shift gears and look at that. I mean, just to get back to Bitcoin, it's going to, it's a little bit, I always call it jaggedy when it goes up and down, but I see it having major breakthroughs at the end of October. And again, I gave specific dates in the YouTube video, and really doing well around that new moon in Scorpio around the 4th, 5th of November, and pretty much going gung-ho, and we're hitting a wall at the lunar eclipse on November 19th, 2021 is a lunar eclipse. And that might be a time when it may start falling. Some some other astrologers, and I'm not really agreeing with this, that it will continue through December, because what happens after the 19th of November, we do hit the eclipse window, and that basically will feel the fallout for the second half of November into December. And I think that toward the mid half of December, January is going to be a very hard time for crypto. There's going to be some other issues going on, especially in the United States, but maybe with the global economy. So stay tuned. When we get back, we'll talk more about these cryptocurrency coins. Welcome back to our cryptocurrency prediction episode with my guest, SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant. We're discussing various crypto coins, and we're going to talk about Ethereum, one of my favorites. As I said to SL-369 when I first met her, I don't know, I just like the vibration of it. It just, there's something about it vibrationally that's going to be very successful. When I look at the astrology of Ethereum, it's been under a bit of an affliction because the planet Saturn is in Aquarius, opposing the natal sun of Etherium, which is Leo. The chart for Ethereum, it was incorporated on July 30th, 2015 at 5:26 p.m. in Berlin, Germany, which gives it a Leo sun. However, that sun has been under affliction for the last couple months and is currently under affliction, and Saturn is opposing it. It will be pretty much opposing it through September and October. However, around mid-October, Saturn is, and again, the exact dates are given in those YouTube videos on SL-369's YouTube channel. When Saturn moves direct, I think that's going to really give Ethereum a boost. And I think that they will ride this wave in late October and early November, because Saturn will be direct and moving towards getting out of the opposition on their sun. But it's a bit of, right now, it's almost like Ethereum is a bit of a surprise element, because it's not right now appearing as it can totally appear. It's not in its full power. But in early 2022, around February, we're going to have Pluto on the moon of Ethereum in Capricorn and its second house, and the planet Saturn will be off affliction of the sun out of the second house. It's go time for Ethereum. It's going to be a boom time. No matter what happens in the fall with Ethereum, it might not really, it probably will get a boost in this fall cycle we're seeing, but it really is going to ride a wave February, March, and April of 2022. And what's your take on Ethereum, SL?
Yeah, Ethereum will continue to do really well. They have been giving me a lot of higher price prediction, which is like crazily high. I mean, the reason that I said crazily high, because right now Ethereum costs $3,200 per coin. So that's like $3,000, $3,200 per coin. Not a lot of people have that kind of money. I mean, spare money. People have to save a lot of money. A lot of people have to save to get one coin. But in that case, Ethereum is the second coin on the coin market cap based on market cap. So Ethereum will continue to rise. My spirit guide told me that it will go to 3,900, and then will go to 6,000, and then later on, sometime, I don't have a timeline, but like will go to $9,700. And I haven't got the all-time high price prediction for Ethereum yet. So this one has been getting a lot of support from the community. They burned a token. So for example, I don't know the total supply for Ethereum. If they have 20 million total supplies, that is not the accurate, but I'm just making an example. If they have 20 million total supplies, and then Ethereum burn 1 million coin, so when they have less supplies, the price will increase.
Right.
Things will become rare. So that's why Ethereum price have been going up.
What is the actual purpose of that coin? You know how each coin has like for instance, Theta has the thing about videos. What is it that Ethereum is going to fuel?
Yeah, so Ethereum is basically the Apple of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Apple Store, if developer want to develop any app, like it could be gaming app or educational app, they just go to Apple and then they wrote some code and Apple have provide a basic platform. So Ethereum is doing exactly like what Apple used to do. So Ethereum create a platform already. If any developer want to create a crypto projects, it could be anything. You can create. They don't call a company; they call a projects in cryptocurrency industry. And you want to create a project to solve, I don't know, water issues in Africa, and you want to create projects to how to save, I don't know, electricity in New England. You write an app on Ethereum, and they make it very simple. A lot of projects has been spitting out every day. I don't know how easy it is to create a crypto app on Ethereum, but there's like tons of new projects coming out almost every day.
Wow. So Ethereum is one of the popular and highly fueled coins in cryptocurrency, and I just like the vibration. And speaking of vibration, let's talk about the other one I really like the vibration of when you shared it with me. Shiba, Shiba, rhymes with Shiva. And their birth chart was, their incorporation was August 1st, 2020, during the COVID year, at 3:32 a.m. in Osaka, Japan. So they have that signature, which actually brought in COVID, the Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn conjunction in their seventh house. But I think that this means they're here to answer a problem for humanity. They're here to be a solution to a problem in humanity. And right now, Shiba is very interesting because Jupiter was in their seventh house when they incorporated in 2020, but now it's gone to their eighth house of other people's money and it's going retrograde. So whenever Jupiter is in an eighth house, whether it's your personal chart or in a business or a projects chart, show me the money, honey. The money's going to come from some other sources. And right now that Jupiter is going retrograde. However, when we get to October, that Jupiter will turn direct and be having what we call a trine with Venus. And Venus, these are the two luck planets, the two abundance planets. So we should see Shiba having a nice rally in October. Pretty much, I think, most of the month, but it will really take off in the second half and through the first half of November. And the Jupiter stays in that eighth house actually through February of 2022. So that should be good for Shiba for the next 4 or 5 months, despite if there is a lull in the crypto markets. And what can you tell my listeners about Shiba? Maybe more of like what was this coin founded for and what purpose does it serve, SL?
Yeah, this coin basically, the developer saw that Dogecoin, which was a joke coin.
DOGE, Dogecoin?
Yeah.
It was a joke coin. Why was that?
I don't know, because Bitcoin is money. And, some guy named Satoshi working with a group of people or by himself. No one know that for sure. But we think that he worked with a group of people, writing some code, computer code, and then said, hey, this is like currency. And so the developer of Dogecoin was like, I can create money too. I'm going to create a dog coin. So he did that in 2014, and it has been around since 2014 until now. Then beginning of this year, Elon Musk tweet about Dogecoin. So it went from below a penny to like 7 cents, 8 cents, and today it is at 29 cents. But the crazy thing about Dogecoin is that it will go really high, higher than $10.
Wow.
Could be as high as $30.
Do you think that's because Elon Musk, is he actually backing it, or he just mentioned it and everybody went crazy because they thought he was backing it?
So it's unconfirmed, but we know for sure that he bought some Dogecoin for his son. But we don't know for sure if he actually bought a bunch for himself to make a profit of. He could easily drop a couple $1 million on Dogecoin, and we don't know unless he disclosed it.
But it's been going up. Has it been going up lately? Dogecoin?
Yes, has been going up by a few percent, but it will continue to go up. Either this year or next year, I got two visions of 40 cents and 46 cents. So right now it's 29 cents. And every few months, Dogecoin about to rise. And my spirit guide told me, hey, here's the price, expect it to go up in the near futures. So Dogecoin will continue to rise. Oh, then sorry. Then the developer of Shiba, he said that if Dogecoin can go from under a penny to 8 cents, I can. So he said, I can do it too. So he create Shiba, they call meme coin. It's just a joke, a meme. He create that, and he create the total supply is, I think, over 1 trillion. It costs about, at a time, I think less than $20 for 1 billion coin, 1 billion Shiba. If you have $20, you can go to an exchange and buy 1 billion coin of Shiba.
Okay.
So today, the price has gone up a lot.
So
now-
today on August 24th, Shiba's gone up a lot. Since when? The last week?
No, since they launched, the price has gone up a lot.
Okay, since it was launched in August of 2020.
Yes.
So in the past year, it's gone up a lot. So it surprised people.
Yes. And so the founder said that this is like people coined. So within 1 year, so it was actually 1 year, last August 20. So it has gone up by 6 million %.
Wow, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I like about Shiba for next year is Pluto will go over at Saturn, which for those who don't know astrology, that means whatever's restricting it, and I feel like there's some level of restriction around it for some reason. Maybe SL, you can fill us in. But Pluto over the Saturn is going to remove that restriction and make it even more popular for the collective. What would be a restriction on Shiba?
I think it could be people lose faith in the coin, why the coin is not going up every day or all the time. And then when people wait too long, they sort of sell, cause the price to go down. And then another project that they launched recently is called Shiba Swap, where you can buy any coin on the swap site. And so the swap site is new. People have concern it could be hacked. They could lose money.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there has been rumors, this and that the Shiba Swap could fail. The price is stagnant. Developers sort of like create this illusion that Shiba will help you make a lot of money, but now the price is stagnant.
Okay, so this Pluto-Saturn conjunction next year, what happens then might be that they restructure that so that there is, the hacking, they may take away some of these things like the Shiba swap or do something to really make a much more powerful structure for this coin, whatever that means in the crypto world. Like they're going to restructure it somehow. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's good to hear because, with any website or any kind of project that people launch, there's potential of being hacked. So
Right.
what Shiba Swap is, what they actually do is if you park your coin there, every day they give you, it's like dividends. They give you, I don't know, 10,000. They don't give you Shiba, but they give you a coin called Bones, Bone. So if you park like 1 million Shiba there, then the APR is like 10,000%. So you get a ton of Bones coined in your wallet. And the issue is this: cryptocurrency is very transparent. Everything is on the internet. So if you know Shiba address, you go to the internet, you can see the pool of Shiba. You can see how many people park their money there.
Right. So
if there's like billions and billions of dollars worth of Shiba sitting at one pool,
the hacker will go for it.
yeah. So that is potential.
It's a sitting duck. It's a sitting Shiba. It's a sitting dog. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to discuss Digibite. Okay, so there's one more coin we want to talk about in this episode, and that's Digibite. And the incorporation date of Digibite was January 10th, 2014, 4:13 p.m. in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And that gives Digibite a very powerful seventh house of other people. So there's Pluto conjunct the Sun in Capricorn, conjunct Venus in Capricorn, and Mercury is also in Capricorn. So that gives it a very strong foundation. It also has a moon in Taurus, which whenever we're looking for money stuff, Taurus moon is really nice, and that Taurus moon is in harmony with the Venus in Capricorn. So Digibite means business. And a big transit astrologically to their chart is that Jupiter is transiting through its ninth house right now, will go into the eighth house, going retrograde into the eighth house of Digibite in September and October of 2021. Should give Digibite a boost. September, October, November 2021. But the big news on the radar with Digibite astrologically is going to be in the spring, February, March, April of 2022, when Pluto goes over the Mercury in Capricorn of the Digibite natal chart. What does that mean? Well, that means that Digibite is going to be courted or looked at by a bigger concern that may assimilate it as a currency. So what's a bigger concern? Something like a government agency or Amazon or a major company using Digibite as a rate of exchange. That's a big picture when we're looking at cryptocurrencies. And what do you concur about that, SL-369? What do you think on the level that your guides are giving you information?
Yeah, they have been telling me that Digibite will go up every few days now. And last night they said that May of next year will be good for Digibite. And recently they told me right now Digibite is about 6 cents, under 7 cents. So they told me, Digibite will go to 89 cents. And then the day before that, they said that Digibite will go to $8.75. They already gave me a very long-term price prediction for Digibite.
Oh, really? By how much forward? Into 2022, 2023?
It could be like 5 years from now.
Whoa.
Or longer, because the price is in the thousands. 1 second, let me pull up my information.
And I see Digibite really coming into some power with that Pluto over the Mercury, which starts in February of 2022 and goes through the spring. So that coincides with your May prediction of it really getting a big boost.
Yes. So they told me that Digibite one day will go to $1,900 per coin. And I don't know if that is the all-time high price for Digibite. My spirit guide never say, this is the highest it will ever go. They don't say that. So if they see a potential, this coin will go higher, they come back like a few months later and say, hey, here's our price. So that's what they do.
Interesting that you said May too, because as I'm looking at Digibite's chart again, I'm seeing it will undergo a Saturn square Saturn. Not so good in astrology terms, and that would be more around March or April. There may be a bump, but then it's going to be out of the 8th house of Digibite where it's been in all of this year. So by the time we get like halfway through 2022, even as early as May, we're going to see that Saturn aspect into its natal chart being freed up, which will mean that it's jumped some hoop and it can enjoy the returns.
Yes, so I think you mentioned earlier something regarding the government. So I have a dream last year where they said Digibite will have contract in Europe, and then they told me $46. They didn't specify, when they have a contract from either public or private entity from Europe, the price will be $46. They didn't say that. They just said two things. They have contracts in Europe, from somewhere in Europe, and in the future, you can see Digibite rise to $46.
Wow, so Digibite having contracts with some foreign government, you said, some European government. Interesting.
It could be government, could be private company, we don't know yet, but it will be one of my members. She had a dream where Digibite will be used for ADP payroll system.
Oh wow! So Digibite will be used for an ADP payroll system. Interesting.
Yes, because Digibite is very difficult to hack, and they focus on security.
Right.
That's why.
And isn't it, we talked about this in one of the other episodes, that true cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin and Digibite, and what was the third?
Ethereum and Litecoin.
Ethereum and Litecoin are the true cryptos, and the other things are called tokens. The other cryptos are tokens. Okay, so SL and I did a YouTube video with Litecoin Lisa where I gave some Shiba dates for August 2021, and I'm looking at those dates. I want to make a correction because I'm looking at the chart of Shiba and I see it rallying more as the sun going through Shiba's second house comes toward the cusp, and that would take us to about the 28th through the 31st of August being good dates. But before that, we may not see it rally that much. So I want people to look out for that. And also around that time, we're going to see Mercury trining the natal Saturn. So I would say the 28th through the 31st of August will be the pick-me-up dates for Shiba.
Then how about the fall?
Okay,
Winter?
so then as we look at Shiba going into October, October 5th through the 21st, I'm sorry, October 11th through the 21st will be good for Shiba profits. The 24th to the 29th should be a very, very good point for Shiba. And then November 4th through 6th. And there could be even some residual during the second week, especially around November 11th for Shiba.
Then can you say that Shiba will do well? Is Shiba doing better next year or toward the end of this year?
I would say that Shiba is going to do better overall in 2022 only because Pluto will be coming over that Saturn in its natal chart and releasing some kind of obstacle.
Yeah, there has been so many different predictions about Shiba that. So right now, Shiba has 50 and then number 766. That's the price is under a penny.
Okay.
Some people predict that Shiba will lose 20, which means like 30 then 766.
Yes.
A lot of people predict that way, but I feel I feel that Shiba might not run that fast.
No, that's true. I agree. It's going to, when we're giving these dates, it's not like it's going to go through the roof this year. It's going to incrementally go up and go up and go up and then reach its peak around the 11th of November this year. And then it's like going to go on a little break and then come back. And again, we talked about this, some of the kinks getting worked out for Shiba. So that's what we have to look forward to with that. Now's the part of the episode you waited for. When SL-369 gives you tips on some of the coins that you may be interested in cryptocurrency.
So if anyone who is new to this industry or they have limited budgets, you don't really need to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. There's some smaller projects. They don't call company, they call projects. Smaller projects that you can buy that will give you huge returns. So I have a long list here. I can read it off for you guys. Cardano, so it's ADA, Theta, Solana, XRP, Terra Luna, Polygon Matic, XLM, Cosmo, Polkadot, Theta, Tfue, Zilliqa, Digibite, Icon, and Loopring. So that's just like a good list. There's a ton more. But if anyone who wants to jump into cryptocurrency, the price range for these is between, some of them is like 11 cents, some of them is $77. So it can fit all budgets. These sort of like we consider blue chips of the cryptocurrency. Most of this project will be around for at least 5 to 10 years. And the price prediction that I have for them is like sky high. I released some of my sort of like my private price predictions on my YouTube. I released one video already, and then tonight I will release another video. So you can find the price prediction there, or else you can go to my Telegram. My Telegram doesn't have the most updated information because there's just so many coined, so it's difficult to keep track. But I will release another video where I provide a higher price prediction for these.
Can I say these again to everybody? I'm
Yes.
just looking at this list. So, SL's hot tips on some crypto that you can afford and that are up and comers: Theta, Cardano, Solana, XRP, Terra Luna, Polygon Matic, XLM, Cosmos. We like that one as astrologers. Polkadot, Theta Fuel, Zulika, Digibite, Icon, and Loopring.
So it's Theta T-Fuel.
Theta T-Fuel. Check it out. Thank you for that hot tip, SL-369. My guest today has been SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant. Make sure you check out her YouTube channel, her Patreon site, Telegram, Twitter, and all kinds of information from our friend SL-369. Thank you for being on the show today, SL.
Thank you. This has been a fun show. I hope it's very helpful and useful for your audience.
I'm sure it will be. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine with my guest, SL-369. Go back and listen and get those hot tips for cryptocurrency coins. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine signing out, sending you healing cryptocurrency vibrations through the quantum field.